Because the wrapper got wrinkles don't mean the candy ain't good. Dang. All right, guys, it's mission day. We are, I messaged about, I told you guys about a car that I was trying to get. And I'm trying to move some things around and make it work, come up with the money for it. And things just aren't selling right now. The holidays are right behind us. People are still trying to recover from that. So no one's buying nothing. So I had an epiphany last night. I watched a podcast and they said, bite off more than you can chew and chew it. And it's like sink or swim. And I don't know what happened, but I was just like, you know what? I'll trade my daily that's worth more than this car for that car and not have a daily. Sounds like a plan. We're going to check it out. I offered them my daily. They still didn't say yes. They just didn't even answer me. So I'm just going to do what any stalker would do, and I'm going to show up at the door and say, let me check this thing out. How you been? I don't know. Rachel is going to be pissed. I don't know if I'm ready for that. She still got a little bit of PTSD from the Duramax for the RCSB trade. And then I got this and kind of smoothed that over, you know? And I figured since she's not mad about that anymore, let's do something else. It's time to re-up. So we're going to go look at this car. It's a pile, but I think it'll be awesome content for the channel. It's I believe it's a 78 Fairmont. It's got an LS, single turbo, Holly. I keep wanting to say it's Glide, but it might be 4L80. It's probably 4L80. Transmission slipping, head gaskets are blown, body, you know, the body looks like somebody didn't care about it for a long time. It must have sat at the wrong trailer park. But I love it. It's awesome. It's one of those things it's like when you have a super ugly dog, but it's your dog and it's a good dog. Well, that's the same thing with this Fairmont. It's super ugly and I really like it. I think it could be cool. But nonetheless, it opens us up to being able to go to testing tunes, do hood rat stuff with our buddies on the street, just stuff like that. Stuff that's going to be really hard with the RCSB because of the weight of it. And honestly, that's a good truck, and if I can find a way to not be making it not a good truck anymore, that's probably how I should go. So this opportunity opened up. I'm going to go check this thing out. You guys are going to be able to check it out, and we'll see if we can't strike up a deal. If he doesn't want to make a trade on this truck, I'll be able to sell it quick for what he's wanting for that. So we'll just we'll go from there and see what we got. Me and old Wallace are going to go climb around this thing a little bit and see what kind of shape it's really in. I'm not expecting much here though. This thing's pretty rough. So I don't know. We'll see you guys when we get there to look at the car though. Rachel's gonna be so mad. What do you think of it? She is a dang old unit. Robbie, you think it's gonna be a good daily?
I think so.
All right, I wanted to make sure that Rachel heard that.
I mean, you got to, because you're leaving your truck here.
Yeah, I don't know how good this is gonna drive home.
Not my problem.
Oh, these car salesmen. Corey, what do you think of this purchase, dude? You like it, huh? Holy shit. This car lot's wild, dude. All right, so we've made it to the first stop. We're about a mile down the road. I got this thing in on the deal too. I traded my F-150. I gave like $4,500 for the F-150, and I really wanted that clapped out turd for the channel. So my buddy needed a truck. We made a deal. I took this grandma mobile, and oh, it doesn't take gas. And obviously, oh my gosh, it's gonna keep clicking off. Classic GM evap deals. We got this one too. Listen, that thing up there, if I had to describe it, what it's like driving it,
Yeah.
I literally feel like I'm driving a class action lawsuit. We're a couple miles in. I joke around about this thing being a pile, but I do appreciate it. So my buddy kind of made this work out to where I got this as well, just because the F-150 that I traded them, it wasn't nothing super special, but it's a good truck. And that's what they needed, was just a good truck that they could haul parts from the yard around to different businesses. And I really, really wanted that Fairmont just so I could get back out on the track. I know that thing is a piece of shit. There's no hiding it. They don't hide it. I don't hide it. But you got to start somewhere. And I'm totally happy with that thing. And they got me this thing too, just so that way I'd have something to daily drive outside of the regular cab short bed truck that's mint. So, cool thing about this, it's an 04 Buick, and it has an aluminum LS in it. How does that work? I don't know. So I'll probably rock this thing all winter, and then in the summertime or in the springtime, I'll yank the motor out of this girl and toss this thing to the trees where it belongs. It'll go to the junkyard. It doesn't seem like the chassis has a whole bunch of life left in it. Now, hear me out, it is rust free, and it's fully loaded and stuff like that, but I literally wanted this just so I could use it through the winter and then take the motor out and use it in something else. I'm sure the motor would be great for the putting in that Fairmont. So doing the same thing that every Trailblazer does. The suspension's clapped, it's all over the place, making noise, all that normal stuff, but seems to run all right, and it's got a dang old LS in it. How can you hate that? Hold up, we got a side quest here. So this is the other thing I got in on the trade. Obviously, you guys know that. It's the Buick version of like a Trailblazer SS, which is pretty cool. It is dirty. I'm talking dirty. So it's actually not even nice to be in right now. I just can't do it. And it's nice out. And it's not going to be nice out all day. So I figured I'd take the next couple hours and get this thing cleaned up, because it is an actual mess. So I'll be back in a second and show you guys what it looks like when I'm completely sick of cleaning it and it looks better. So, if you guys don't know this is Cory. Cory is from We Broke Garage. You got to check him out. I'll link him in the bio there, or the description, or whatever you guys call it. I don't know. Somewhere down on there. Yeah, just fucking look down. The damn link's there. We got it unloaded. We got to looking at it. It looks about the same.
It's all there still.
Yeah.
Well, it's
yeah, that's questionable. That's a bold statement, Cotton.
Whatever we left from the junkyard with is still there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something. It's something.
It's a piece.
It's a hell of a piece.
It's a piece. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it like this: if you see this thing in North Central Ohio and you lose it, shame on you.
Just sell your junk.
Shame on you.
Just
That's
sell your junk.
just feel bad about that one
Give it
because
away.
this thing is scraps. This dude, it just got a name. It's scraps, dude. This is scraps. This is no, but in all like seriousness, the bones are there outside of the car. I don't know about the bones of the car. Bones of the car are questionable.
It's a good base.
Yeah.
It'll take some Jimmy love.
And I am like absolutely appreciative of just even having the chance to get it because I've wanted to go back or get back to racing now for a minute. And that's just, it's not cheap. Like even if you want to build something like this, I know this thing looks like shit. This is not cheap. Like,
No.
it's not. You're going to sink a bunch of money and then at the end, you're going to have something that looks like this, or you're going to sink a bunch more money and have something you're scared to bang off a wall. That's where this thing will be cool though. Like,
Where you can bang it off the wall.
yeah, if I slap the wall, like if I come back missing a mirror and my door's falling off, yeah, she does the jig.
Yeah.
She does the jig. It's not going to be a big deal. I mean, I don't know. It's cool. The car was built by a kid, and it's how he learned. And honestly, I think he did a pretty good job. It's not something I'd put my kid in, but at the like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, Logan, jump in this here unit and go try to crack off a 10-second pass. Like, you know, you're going to speak to Jesus if you touch the wall in this thing. Like,
You better say a prayer first.
that's what I'm saying. It's, I don't know. Do you think this thing's going to make it on a drag and drive sometime this year?
Yeah.
I think she'll be
we'll make it
fine.
happen.
She'll be
We
fine.
got a trailer full of tools and LS parts. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Body parts don't matter. We'll just throw them on the side of the road.
Even, well, I'm filming this right now, too. I'm getting messages from people saying, like, hey, if you need parts for X. So there's people that have Fairmonts out there that are junk. But honestly, I like this thing. Like, it's a complete pile of shit, and I think that's what makes me like it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a true shit box.
it's a
and,
legit shit box. This thing, okay, I want to tell you a story. I want to see your face on this.
Okay.
This thing is so shit box that when my buddy Noah built it, and he decided, hey, I don't want this anymore. I want to build something else, right? He called Matt Rice from Shitbox Supply and told him about it.
Yeah.
Matt came all the way here and looked at this and said, not for me, brother.
No way.
How shitbox this is. That dude literally made a race called the Shitbox race.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
and he
bad.
said he didn't want this thing. Gee,
Yeah.
that's pretty rowdy if you ask me.
Yeah.
But
That's all right. Hey, as long as you can get her back together and make some memories and have some fun with it, that's all that matters.
yeah, and I like genuinely, I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to get this thing to where it moves.
No,
You know.
have it moving tonight.
It's
I'm
been-
gonna pull the transmission back to the
Yeah, so we did figure that out. I ain't going to be able to show you guys. It's dark down there, but we got to looking, and the transmission, I think it has one bolt.
It's got Bluetooth bell house
Yeah,
bolts.
it's got one bolt. It's about a quarter of the way backed out. And the transmission's got, I would say, probably 3/16 of an inch gap between it and the block.
Oh yeah, easy.
So that could be why it's slipping. I'm not a scientist, but that could be it.
Yeah.
But seriously, thank you to you, because without Cory, this I wouldn't have been able to get this thing back. We are in hard times out here in the hood, and I couldn't afford to get this thing back. And Cory was like, I ain't got nothing going on. I'll come grab
I
it.
need it out of the shop, man. I need it out of the shop, and it's a beautiful day out, so I'm glad we could help out and get your new hospital home for you.
I kept looking in the mirror when you go around corners, and I was like, golly, even in a rear view, this thing looks pretty bad.
So I said it was bad every time we went over a railroad track. I was looking to see how many parts fell off.
I know I slowed down for that one set because I was like, dude, we're going to lose the whole front end off of that car. If I don't slow down and warn him, we're in trouble.
We had it ratchet strapped to the wheels. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, the wheels are probably the one thing that's solid on here. It's,
I just know I want to get out of here before your wife gets here because I don't need no domestics going on.
yeah, I figure I'll just close the garage door and hide. Like, we're good.
Probably. You need
We're
a car
good.
cover, too.
All right, so it's time to... We got to get this thing going. See if it'll go. I don't know. We were told that it was blew a head gasket, transmission was slipping. That was 3 years ago, right? It's been sitting with E85 in the tank for 3 years and in the injectors and in the rails. So in order to get this thing going, we got a couple things that we really got to do here. One, we got to go back there, pull the fuel pump off, because I keyed it up the other day, and the fuel pump literally sounded like it was just ready to off itself. So I'm going to pull it out. It's a Magna Fuel. I think it's a 4303. So we'll pull it apart, check it out, see what's going on there. Those are pretty serviceable pumps. Pull the injectors. We gotta pull the injectors out, clean them up, kind of send some voltage through them and make sure that they're not stuck. Drain the tank. That'll happen with the fuel pump. I'm gonna go ahead and when we get everything back together, I'll put regular fuel in it, like some 89. We're not planning on doing anything crazy with it right now. And then jump in the tune, pull 30% out of the fuel tables. And if all goes well, it'll fire up. But we all know how this goes. You guys ready to see under this old girl's dress? All right. Let Fat Jimmy slide under here. So we got this. I drained the E85 out of it so we can mess with it. But look at this. Boys, look at all this good stuff. Just because the wrapper got wrinkles don't mean the candy ain't good. Dang. So we got the fuel pump out. And we need to start checking it out. I just want to see if this thing is fixable, what's going on. I really do believe it's wiring issues, as the ground just broke off of it when it was down there. And the wiring down there just looks pretty shoddy at the best. That's the thing about these cars. A lot of times these just go through a lot of different people, and along the way there's patches and fixes, and they're not meant to stay, but they do. So I did want to take this off though. I want to pull the filters. This is a pre and a post filter. I want to pull them, look and see what's inside of it. Obviously this thing sat with the 85 in it forever. I want to pull this bottom part off, check the gears out, stuff like that. So we'll just get right into it. This is actually pretty easy stuff. I also want to redo the wiring down there a little bit. Put some better wiring on it, and hold on one second. And get that all snuffed up, you know what I mean? If we can get this pump to work again, I don't want the wiring to become a problem in the future, and it will. It will. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, yum. That's some silicone and bugs and yuck. So that will have to be gone through. That's a cool thing. These things are fully serviceable. These are aeromotive fuel filters. These are fully serviceable. Let's see if we can jump onto this bad Larry. Thing's so damn dirty you can't tell where you gotta go. All right. Come on now. Let loose, you lockjaw having thingy. All right. So this would be the post filter. Whoa. Oh my God. So here, okay. That's going to be a problem. What we have here is the Jello. We got the Jello. Yikes. Yeah. So, what that I believe probably is E85. You just can't. Oh, guys, come on. Boys. So, here's another thing with these setups. See this mesh? That's a good E85 rated filter. This is like cardboard. You cannot be using that with E85. It becomes shit. My goodness. So, this thing's gonna have to be all taken apart and cleaned out. I think that is probably the problem. Yeah, I'll be back when this thing's cleaned up. Or when we find any other cool things going on. All right, guys. Welcome to the Penny Pincher Injector Clinic. When your fuel systems are gummed up like that, it's good that you go through everything. Obviously, I took my rails and my injectors off. blew air through the lines, try to clean them out. More than likely, a V85 sat in your car for this long of a time, like this one's been 3 years, more than likely your lines are going to be pretty chooched anyways, if they're not PTFE or hardline or something along those lines. But we don't have the money to be putting new lines on this thing, so we're going to hope for the best. What we got here is a $1.50 container from the Dollar Tree and some of the good old Fairmont B12. Let the injectors soak for a little bit, and now we have a pigtail. It's an EV1 pigtail and a 9-volt battery. And what this is going to do, we're going to pull it out of there, make sure that some fluid's in the injector itself up top, and we're going to start tagging it with this little 9-volt and see if we can get the pintle to jump up and down and dump some fluid onto the rag. So we just want to make sure that none of them are stuck. More than likely, this solvent right here, this is basically like mineral spirits for the most part, like alcohol and stuff. But more than likely, this little concoction here will get it cleaned up for the most part. But running this 9-volt through it will help get any of that stuff that's really stuck in there. So, like if you got some stuff in there, it's like stage 5 clinger, like a girlfriend that just won't go away. This is the police when you serve a protective order. That's the 9-volt battery. So, get some gloves on, because if you get any sort of cuts on your hands, you're going to remember them as soon as you touch this stuff. So, you can see these are Bosch 210s. Nothing super fancy about them. We'll get this old girl tagged on there. An injector is a pretty caveman-like system. Doesn't matter which way the voltage is going, as long as it's going. So, let me see if I can do this with one hand like a pro. So you hear that? That injector is still good. And as you can see, it dropped stuff out. And actually, that stuff is gross looking. So, this one is not clogged up. It's working. It's ready to be pulled out. They're ready to be pulled out and dry off. So what I'll do is I usually let them sit for a little bit and just kind of dry off themselves. This is like an alcohol-based deal, so this stuff does dry pretty quick. I'm going to go through and do the rest of these, and then I'm going to bring the fuel pump over here and use what's left of this stuff to clean the fuel pump. And now that we can't use a 9-volt battery for, we do got to use a better source of power. Those MagnaFuel fuel pumps, they are power hungry. So let me get this done, and I'll bring it back when I bring the fuel pump over here and show you how I feed that thing power. So I cleaned the pump up off camera. Nothing really came out of it. I mean, I did film it, but it's not worth showing. It was just clear liquid going in, clear liquid coming out. I did disassemble it, checked out the gears, made sure that everything looked like it was in working order. So the problem with this pump was when you would give the car power and turn the key on to like just the on position, and the fuel pump would prime, it'd prime up and it wouldn't make it all the way through the prime. It'd like slow down and die. So I was thinking either the motor itself was going bad, or the gears were binding up, or something. That was until I got underneath it and I saw the wiring that was on it, and I pretty much assumed that the ground wire was gonna be the issue, or the power wire. Just the wiring that's under there is pretty atrocious. So I cleaned it all up. I got some lead wires onto the pump here, and then I take my smallest like Milwaukee battery. This is like an M18 or whatever, and you know, you just give her some power, see if she turns on. Now with this one, what I want to do is give it power for a few seconds, not long, because these fuel pumps are obviously, they are cooled by the fuel that's going through it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it power. I want it to see power for, 4 or 5 seconds to make sure it doesn't slow down and try to die on me. I don't know what that could just be a sign of the motor going bad. But when you do test these, you want to hold on to these motors, because these things are torquey. They probably make as much torque as a Civic. So hold on to it and give her power. Right. So it doesn't seem to be dying anymore. This battery's dying for sure. But what I'm going to assume is that the wiring down there, the ground that's on it, probably is not the best. So what I'm going to do is rewire stuff, just the ground for now. I'll probably eventually rewire this whole car. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I also want to put a plug in it. Where'd I put that? So put a weather pack plug. That way you don't have to undo bolts and stuff every time. Just crazy shit. Easy to unplug it and pull it out of there if it's not working out. And I'm going to run the ground to the actual battery. I mean, the battery's back there. It's within 3 feet of the damn pump. There's no sense in not having a good ground, just going directly to it, feeding it a good source. So I will get this pump back up in there, get this wiring messed with, and then we'll move on to, what are we going to do? We got to put the injectors back in. I want to clean up the fuel rails a little bit and put some bolts in the transmission. Then we're pulling the tune. The car is tuned right now on E85, and I got to pull 30% out of that because I'm going to put it back on pump gas, just try to get it running. So I'll pull the tune, we'll pull 30% out of that, and honestly, it should be ready to fire up. I'm not going to put coolant in it because supposedly it has a blown head gasket. And I don't want to waste coolant. I just want to get it running to hear if it knocks or anything. So yeah, I will bring you guys back when we're going for startup. That for me it'll be about an hour, and for you it'll be about right now. So we dicked with the tune. I did turn it over. It gurgled a little bit, so it's gonna run. I smell stuff leaking. Noah's here. He's gonna be my fire warden. All the extinguishers are either outside holding tarps on cars or in the truck. So if it lights on fire, just sit there. Yeah, no, seriously, if shit gets out of hand, like pull the charger off this bastard or something. Because I don't really know how to work this thing yet. You gotta hit switches and shit, and this is bad. The cage, this is gonna be like shoving a marshmallow in a fucking matchbox, dude. This is all bad. I'm not getting in. The seats are gonna give me the vid. They're shit. But we'll try to start it. Okay. This power button, it runs. This power button in here, the wiring, you know, it's a little bit, hey, how you been? The power button or switch, there's a process. This thing's like starting a space shuttle. You got to turn on some switches, kick the wiring under the dash, turn the key, hit another button for push start. It's ain't no one stealing this. Not that anybody would want to, but yeah, I don't really feel comfortable leaving it running with how it's set up because 2 of the wires that have 12 volt going through them are on top of like tinfoil. This thing is a lot like a meth pipe. So it runs. Honestly, it ran pretty good. What do you think? Yeah, and I promise you, before it sputtered a little bit, and then we quit, and I set up the camera. I just wanted to make sure it would turn over. So that was genuinely its first start and idle. The motor sounded clean. I didn't hear no knocking, nothing like that.
Sounded good.
Yeah, fired right up. And we were that was just guessing on the tune just to try to get it running. I'm sure we're gonna have to play there quite a bit. Yeah. So in the next one, maybe we'll get her moving. I bolted the tranny back up, so that's a plus. The transmission did have 3 bolts. One was out to about 2 threads. The other one is cross-threaded and only in about 2 threads. And this one over here was started, and when I tried to tighten it up, it pulled the thread out of the block. So we put some new bolts in there. She's all good. I doubt it's going to move the transmission fluid. It looks like Jack Daniels, so I don't think that's going to work out. But yeah, in the next one we'll try to get this thing moving. Maybe take it around the block. You know, that's if the transmission will let it move. But I want to mess with this wiring a little bit off camera and make it safer to kind of be alive. Holly is super temperamental, and if you start arcing stuff off of tin foil and metal in here, like, good chance you're gonna fry the ECU. A lot of people do that and then blame Holly and say that they don't know why their stuff doesn't work, and normally it's that. So I do want to go through some of this shit and try to clean it up and make it a little bit better before we get it to move or be putting it on 2-step or any weird shit like that. This thing is fire hazard the way that it sits. So I appreciate you guys for watching this episode. Let me know in the comments if you like this thing. It's a hell of a car you buy at a junkyard. It's not every day you get to go to a salvage yard and pick something cool out, and it ends up having an LS and a turbo. All right, guys. Just wanted to make a little outro thanking some people that made this all possible. I'm actually getting ready to film the second video with it. I'm loading it with coolant now, and we're going to check all the fluids and fix a little bit of wiring, and got to get a battery in it. That battery's smoked. So just wanted to come on here, though, and thank everybody that had anything to do with this. Corey from We Broke Garage, he came up and hauled this thing for me. I had no way to get it home, so thank you for going out of your way and helping me get this box of parts back home. Robbie, Jerry, and Jay at J&J Auto in Ashley, Ohio. If you guys ever want to go to a cool junkyard, there it is. If you're looking for something weird like parts for stuff that junkyards usually don't have, that's a place to be. These looking for parts, weird stuff that you can't normally find at a junkyard, and you're in Central Ohio, that is the spot. Like I said, they have everything from an old broke down Buick to a Hellcat. I mean, they got some really cool stuff there. So thank you guys for giving me the chance to own this fine piece of machinery. I appreciate you guys helping me get back on the track and on the street with one of these weird hoopties. James Wallace from Soul Snatcher Portraits. He came in with me to go look at this thing, kind of kept me company and pushed me to go check it out. And thank you guys for watching this stuff. I know the videos during winter are kind of, you know? The videos in the wintertime are they're like the same as the wiring in this car. They're there, but they're not great. So I get it. So I appreciate you guys helping push through and working our way to spring when we can do cool content. Yeah, and also, we had a name change. I know you guys are seeing that now. That was because the old name was kind of, I didn't know what I was doing when I made that name. I just wanted to make a funny name. I made it. Well, then I didn't realize that, like, your name is a big part of your search criteria, and there's like 20 plus other channels named Hot Rods and Dad Bods, like different variants of that saying. And a lot of people were having a hard time finding it when they were looking it up. That was the first thing. The second thing is, when you search a name, or when you search something on YouTube, for instance, if someone searches how to get rid of my dad bod, my videos are coming up about turboing old 60s cars. No one's gonna watch that. That's not what they're looking for. So we made the name change to Penny Pincher Performance, and I think it suits the channel well. It's what we do. We try to build cool stuff for as cheap as possible. You know, I'm just a normal dude. I'm working out of a 2-car garage. I don't got my shit together, and I think that name works. So hopefully that's the only time we ever have to change the name on the channel. I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys like the new name. I think it set us up for cool logos and maybe even merch someday. But again, I'm gonna get off here. I'm rambling. You guys know what Fat Jimmy does. I'm pretty freaking dumb. Again, thank you guys for watching the videos, and we'll see you in the next one.